The gangsters, the mobsters, the mafia, organized crime. They get around the law. They get around this, they get around that. That's an earthly wisdom. How to produce and mass produce drugs and sell them and push. They market that stuff. They don't have commercials on the TV during the Super Bowl. But you know how they market that stuff? They find a kid. They find a 10-year-old, or 8-year-old, and get him to go give it to somebody. Y'all let in? I said, give it to him. All he had to do is give that first one away. And then from that, he coming back. And he'll use that kid because that kid will go to juvenile and not to the pen. So the world has craft in this. So he said, blessed is the man whose spirit has no guile in it. We'll get back to that in a minute. But read what this third verse says, Psalm 32 and 3.
When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring.
When you did not confess your sins, your iniquities, and your transgressions, you kept silent about it. You wouldn't forgive those that did something to you. Y'all standing with me? He said your bones waxed old, they grew old. You will begin, physical illnesses can come out of those stresses because that last part of that verse says, when those bones wax old through what? My roaring. See, you being silent, but inside you're raging. Inside, you are ticked off and you hot at somebody. You are bitter. It's too quiet in here for me. Too many Christians are under anger management. That should even go together. I got to go to anger management class. What happened to Jesus in your life? The deliverer. Ooh, stay in here with me, y'all. I'm trying to hurry up. If I had to quit halfway, I will. But he says, when I kept silent. You remember what the Bible says? When Adam saw Eve, he said, flesh of my flesh, bones of my bones. See, flesh of my flesh dealt with the human part of the body. But the Bible said that man was not only made, but he was also created. The created part was the male and the female. So there's a created part that you don't have a choice in. And he said, this bones of my bone. He was speaking about the soul. Speaking about the soul tie. That's why the Bible is saying this. You were roaring on the inside, but you kept silent. One confessing your fault, one confessing you. But we're not confessing and getting stuff off of us. And it's destroying us from the inside out. And you was just the next person that came along that got snapped at. It wasn't you. It was those 10 other people before you got there. That's why I say you have to get comfortable with some things. Because a lot of stuff that's happening to you don't have nothing to do with you. Y'all better stand here with me. But watch what Ephesians 5:15 through 21 says.
See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
We need to be wise and walk circumspect. Circumspect means to be careful and observant. Stay with me with this. It means that I'm guarding and protecting myself. Because there are many spirits that have gone out into the world. People have many spirits, attitudes. People are dangerous. You need to have your eyes open, your ears open. You need to profile folks. I'm talking about violent behavior. I'm not talking about the race and none of that. Profile them. If they have on a long leather coat that you like, he says, see that you walk, you operate in a manner where that you are aware and cautious. You need to disbelieve until things are proved. You got to prove. Test those spirits. Let them prove it to you. Don't accept them or anything they're saying is true. Prove all things, the Bible says. 16th verse.
Redeeming the time because the days are evil.
17.
Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Okay. You need to know what the purposes of God are. The reason God has me or us. It amazes me how people quickly lay down what they were supposed to be doing for the Lord when somebody rolled their eyes at them. I'm still amazed at that. I have never understood. I understand people feeling get hurt. I'll be 60 in a few weeks. You don't have to do more roll your eyes than me. For my feelings to get hurt. First of all, you're not paying my water bill. Y'all not in here with me. Why do we allow those things from a contaminated spirit of someone to affect us? Stay with me. Jesus was rejected and despised. The Bible said of all men. The reason it said all men, because at the point when they got ready to take him to the cross and they took him out of the garden, everybody left him. Peter left him, denied him. Judas betrayed him. All the disciples, the Bible said, ran off in different directions. And we're about to fail because somebody didn't show up. Y'all not in here with me. I'm in here by myself. But if you are filled with the Spirit, and there's no room, you have nothing but the Spirit operating in you. You're not allowing the contamination of bitterness to enter your life. The Word says you need to redeem the time. Because the days are evil. The times are evil. We're in evil times. If you're in evil times and there are spirits or individuals, the characteristic of that individual is that they're going to send you through a change. You need to get comfortable with that. It's not going to get better in this life. I didn't see you quit your job, your payday, because the co-worker didn't speak to you. You went right back in that job next day. You clocked in and went to work. You have uppers, supervisors, and managers giving you a hard time every day. You're not quitting because they're giving you a hard time. You still waiting on payday every week. You comfortable with that? See, it's quiet. The Bible says, 17 verse, wherefore see, be not you unwise, but understanding. You have to understand what the will of God is. If you are not willing to suffer with him, nobody wants to suffer. You're going to have to suffer. You can't get around suffering. If you try to get away from suffering, you can't reign with him. That's the Bible. You're going to have to go through some stuff. And God allowed foolishness around you, but you're not to be foolish. You're to be wise. You should observe the foolishness. The Bible said, mark those that are unruly. That means take note of them. Once I find out you're an unruly person, how you doing today? You doing good? Help see. You stay there 2 or 3 more seconds. Okay, I'm going to help y'all with something. Like I said, I'm going to cut this short because I'm watching my wife. When somebody asks you, how you doing today? You're not supposed to hold them up for 10, 15 minutes and tell them that. That's a courtesy. Y'all not here. When you see somebody getting ready to eat their lunch, you know they just have enough for themselves. Would you like some? That's a courtesy. You're not supposed to say, well, yeah, let me try some. You're not supposed to do that. Y'all not in here with me. Brother, how you doing today? Yeah, let me tell you. I don't let start talking. You won't believe that one. That woman said me do something. Man, I feel you on my job. And you're on my children, and they still talking. You're supposed to say, I'm sure what you say. You know what? Thank you, sister. Just pray for me. Don't start itemizing. Y'all stay with me. I'm trying to hurry up. But he says in the 18th verse, what?
And be not drunk with wine,
Mm-hmm.
wherein in excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
What we need to be is filled completely, every area, with our capacity to hold whatever. You should be full of the Spirit of God, the characteristics of God. There are too many Christians that are Christian in name but not in actions. Christ never, somebody said never, cursed anybody out. Never. Never rolled his eyes. Never did not speak. You observe these spirits in these folks that say they're Christian. A response will tell you a person's heart. The response. The way that you test loyalty, the way that you test whether somebody is cooperative with you, give an instruction. Just give an instruction. The way you respond to an instruction will prove where you are in maturity. Even if you don't want to do it, your response can be in a way. There's a way, God, hold on, to respond when you don't want to do a thing. So, giving an instruction, observing the responses are very critical in testing spirits. And when you're testing a spirit, and you see that spirit on that person is foolish, you have to learn to adjust now. I don't care if you are their employer or their spouse. If you're dealing with a fool, you better make some adjustments. Y'all not in here with me. You can't reason with a fool. I wrote down what a fool is. First of all, if you're a fool, you can be taken in and deceived. You can be misled and given the wrong impression. Because some folk will come across to you like they one thing when they really another. They said one thing to you in private, but did another thing in public. Let me help y'all with something right now. When somebody come up to you and talking to you, and you don't have a problem, and they're talking to you, and there's 20 people standing around, and if that person talks to you so everybody can hear, y'all say, why y'all so quiet in here? What happened to going to somebody and them alone? I've had that happen too many times. I've seen it happen to people. I've been places and the individual was talking about something that happened, and I ain't know the people somewhere else. And they just talking about the whole thing, and I'm saying to myself, I don't want to hear none of that. I didn't come here for that. When a person will put a particular expression on their face so everybody can see. So you are add. Child, what's the matter? You go to A to Z. Then you start talking about stuff not even related to that. You start adding everything you can think of. No, not in your way. But when you